Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Leigh. Leigh is from Doncaster in England, in the UK. So let's see what Leigh has to say. Enjoy the interview. So hello Leigh, how are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks so much for taking the time this evening for the interview. Thank you.
Thank you.
So tell me, how was your day today?
It was a good day. Just a normal day for me. Gym, training, clients, home. That's it.
Do you consider yourself to be more of a day or night person?
I'm more of a day. I'm always up early. I get about 4 or 5 hours sleep and I'm up. So I live off 4 or 5 hours every day and then I'm up and that's it. Really,
Wow.
I am definitely a day person, to be honest.
And where are you from, Leigh?
I'm from Doncaster in South Yorkshire, UK.
So tell me something interesting about Doncaster.
Probably two most famous people that come from Doncaster: Leigh Christie, the singer, and Kevin Keegan, the footballer.
Wow.
That's literally the only two. Unfortunately, that's the only two things I can think of.
How far are you from London?
3 hours to drive, roughly, and about an hour and 40 minutes, an hour and a half on a train.
I see. And Doncaster is the place where you're born and raised?
No, I was born in Australia.
You're Australian?
Yeah, I was born in Australia. We moved over here in 1980, 87, 88.
Wow.
So I was born over there. Parents are English, but I was born over there.
I see. And why the change from Australia to England?
I think it was a breakdown in the relationship with my parents, so they decided to move back, part ways, basically.
Okay, and where's about in Australia you come from?
A place called Camperdown. I believe it's a sort of a city or a town inside in Sydney, like a province, I think they call it.
I see.
In Sydney.
I see. And you kind of go sometimes to visit or
Never
not?
Never been back. Never been back. I think I'll go back at some point, but I'm not too sure yet.
And I believe you have some relatives there as well.
Yes, I have an uncle, auntie, and one of my cousins lives over there. My other cousin just moved back over because he's a professional rugby union player, and I believe I think we've still got. I think my friend still lives over there as well. I've got one of my friends. I'm not too sure if he's moved back or yet on that one. But yeah.
I see. Amazing. My goodness, what a change. Australia,
Yes.
but your parents, they are English, so it's kind of, for you, it doesn't make too much difference. Yeah. And what do you do for work, for living, Leigh?
I'm a personal trainer and an online coach.
So walk me through a little bit more about your career, how everything started.
So I've always been, it's only something that started in the last 3 months. I've always been sort of manual labour sort of person. Always been enthusiastic and about my own personal health. And then it just thought, it was about 2 years ago. I was like, you know what, I'm going to do the training course for myself. And it was for personal gain, nothing else. I'm not going to lie, it was selfish, personal gain for the knowledge. And then I decided 6 months ago, well, no, less than that, about 4 or 5 months ago now, I just decided, you know what, I'm going to do this as a business, start it up. And it's going well. It's going okay. It could be better. Could always be a lot better. But that's why I started the TikTok, to be honest, to help build my online client base.
Yeah, I think nowadays with social media, the platforms on social media, it helps a lot as well because you connect with people. There are so many people out there, want to do some training. And I think nowadays, so the power of social media is immense. It's huge. And of course, we are having this moment now because of social media.
Yeah, it is. It's huge. I've made some good friends through social media. Very recently as well. I find that, how can I put this? It's a lot easier sometimes to have that interaction with somebody through social media because you don't tend to get the distractions of life, so to speak, in the way, and you can just have a genuine conversation with somebody 1-to-1 or 1 to 10 or whatever. It's just I find it sometimes it is a little bit easier.
Absolutely. And I think nowadays people, they are very open, and they express a lot themselves on social media. So sometimes you see
Yes.
someone, you kind of see a lot of them, just the way they talk, the way they express themselves, the way they
Yeah.
work, the way they
Yeah.
connect with people. And that's how people.
Yeah. I think one of the things for me is I find that it's sort of like you're like an open wound, so to speak. So you're like, it's like everybody can see. I'm not saying through you, but they can see who you are because it's and obviously there's just this. There's no personas or anything. There's nothing. I think social media. I mean, obviously, don't get me wrong. There's people on social media that do have a persona, and they're completely different. But from the people that I've met so far, and the people that I just talk to, they are all just genuine people. They come across as genuine so far.
Amazing. Yeah, I think people, as you said, nowadays people, they are more open about it, and somehow you see their real person there. Of course, there's exceptions, but most of the people, when they are serious, when you see their work, I
Yeah,
think that's how you see the real people
it
over
is.
there.
Yeah, it is. And I enjoy the interaction. And every single time I go on and I go on a live, there's always somebody new. There's always somebody new in the last. And fair enough, they might ask me the same question that I've answered 100 times, but they've taken time out of their day to speak to me. So, the least I can do is show a little bit of enthusiasm back and make them feel welcome and stuff like that. Because to me, they're the potential client.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You never know who's watching, you never know who's connected with us.
No,
so
you don't. You don't.
Okay, Leigh, so during the journey of, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your life and your job as well, okay?
Okay.
So before we start our journey within the Magic Box, I would like you to tell me something interesting about yourself.
Something interesting about myself. Well, I'd probably say they're interesting. There's nothing really that interesting about me. I'd probably say the most interesting for me is my two children.
Oh my God, you have two children.
I have a 17-year-old son and a 7-year-old daughter.
You have a 17 years old kid.
Son, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. That's very interesting for sure.
And a 7-year-old daughter that thinks she's 17.
Amazing. Wow. Okay. Leigh, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of view?
Certainly are.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I've got my best friend, full of random fun questions, okay? I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to relax a bit before the first question, okay?
Yes.
Just let's do it. Hey, Leigh, so before we start the game, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, some reason you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Okay.
First question for you is, which book had a big influence on you?
Oh, God. As funny as it may sound, Simon Cowell's autobiography.
Tell me about it.
It's the fact that he wasn't successful. He failed, but he still got back up, and he carried on trying it until he succeeded, and he's still doing the same now. And that's the thing that stuck in my mind the most, that he got back up after failing.
Yeah, I think success and failing, they work together. They are the same.
You can't succeed without failure.
And what's the meaning of success for you?
Personally, is to be able to give back to the people that helped me, and be able to give my children everything that they possibly want.
Amazing. Very good. Next question. Let's do it. Right. Next question for you is, if you could sit down with your 13 years old self, what would you say?
Wow. Don't start smoking, don't start drinking, concentrate on your football.
Were you a big fan of football growing up?
I was. I could have, if I'd have had more heart. I had the talent, but no heart.
Yeah.
That's my biggest regret, that I had no heart and no drive. That is my biggest regret.
Which club do you support nowadays?
I'm a Leeds United fan, massive Leeds United fan.
Tell me, when you think about your childhood, what's the best memory that comes to your mind?
It's going to watch Leeds with my dad, my two brothers, being there, the journey down from home, it's not far, it's about an hour, but we'd get there, we'd call and we'd have a burger or something before the game, and it's just the whole memory. And there's no one particular game that stands out more than anything, but it's just the whole experience that we used to do. It was a weekly thing, every Saturday or every other Saturday, or we've been abroad as well to watch them play. So it's just that experience of being sort of like, it was like a father and his three sons together. They're my happiest childhood memories.
Wow. So you have two siblings as well?
I have three siblings. I have a sister as well.
I see. Okay. Next question. Let's do it. So before the next question, what's the biggest joy so far of being a personal trainer, online coaching? Tell me, what do you like the most about it?
It's the change in somebody, not just physically but mentally. I've suffered over the years with mental health, and to see somebody approach me, whether that be in person or online, and especially doing the personal training side, you can see sometimes you get somebody come to you and they're in the shell, they're sort of timid, and there's somebody there trying to get out, and then a few weeks down the line you can see that they're starting to crumb out that shell, and then a couple of, like say, there's one now, 3 months now he's been with me, and he's a completely different person. His mental health's improved, his whole confidence, his self-esteem, all that. Yes, physically he's changed a lot, changed quite, not drastically, but he's changed a lot, but he's also changed in himself, and he exudes that confidence, and not arrogance, there's a big difference in it, but it's that confidence he exudes. And if he stopped tomorrow with me, I know that he would carry on doing the things I've taught him, and I believe that he would go on and carry on being as confident and happy, because he does seem a lot happier as well. That's the biggest thing for me.
Do you think, nowadays, after the COVID crisis, remember, my goodness, everything was shut, the gym was closed, people, they were, literally, they were dying to go to the gym to do exercise. Do you think nowadays, after that, people, they got used to the online, fitness, like people, they prefer to do that, or do you think it's still?
I do, yes. I've had, since I started the online coaching, the inquiries I've had, is more than what I'm capable of looking after. I would need somebody to help me, and I have passed some people on to a friend who's a personal trainer, just because I know for a fact that with the amount of people that are contacting me, there's no way on earth that I could actually service them and give them the service that they deserve. Not that they need, but they deserve. It wouldn't be fair of me to say to them, yes, I'll take your money, and then not give them the service and help them in the way that I possibly can. And I do believe that COVID has a massive part to play on that.
Okay. Next question. Oh, this question here, it's visible. Look this question. Of course, would you ever get a tattoo? Yeah. It's visible that you have a lot of tattoos.
I am, yes. I'm visibly covered.
I will skip this one, but tell me, as I can see, you have a few tattoos, yeah? Which one is the very first one you ever had and the latest one?
The very first one I had is, think about this now, on this arm. It's actually still there. It's here. And the latest one I have is just this piece here that comes there.
Wow.
That's the latest one.
So you are all covered in tattoo?
From knuckles all the way up, all the way across, both all the way around my neck, and then all the way down this side, my back, and one of my legs has got one on as well.
Are you planning for the next one, or is someone?
Yes, I am planning for the next one. Can't make my mind up yet, whether it's my left leg or my hips. I'm not too sure, but I am planning more. But it's Christmas, so I've got to think of everybody else before myself.
Amazing. Okay, I'm gonna get another question for you. Where are you planning for your next holidays?
I would like to, if possible, Egypt.
Okay.
Somewhere I've always wanted to visit. The pyramids, Sphinx, all that. That's something that intrigues me, and the culture. That's my next holiday plan. Should I say? Hopefully next year I get the time.
Amazing. Okay. Next question. All right. Next question is, who was your first crush and why?
Wow. My first crush.
Look, your mind going around.
No, I'm trying to think back. It's been a long time. It's over 20 years since I was at school. So, my first crush. Schoolboy crush, schoolgirl crush. Jesus. I'd probably say it was a girl called Joanna at school. I think that was probably my first school crush at school. Yeah. Yeah, I've actually seen her. I actually bumped into her a few years back, actually, in the shop.
Way.
Yeah. She didn't realise she lived so close to me, but yeah, so she was my first crush.
Wow. And who was your first love?
My son's mum. Yeah, definitely. We met at 17. She was definitely my first love.
Wow. And your first kiss as well, or not?
No. My first kiss. I know the lady, young girl she was called Kay. Kay. I remember. I know her surname as well. I remember it.
You're very good with memories. My goodness, you remember all their names.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I think it's a good thing because all those memories in life, always gonna be there. I think it's the time when we are discovering ourselves, we are kind of understanding, we are connected with people in a romantic way. Our feelings start to understand more about feelings and connection, and it's just I think it's a beautiful thing for us to go through that.
It is.
Yeah. Ready for another one?
Yes, certainly. Fire away.
Next question. Okay, before the next question, as you mentioned about being a dad, yeah. So tell me, so far, what's the most beautiful lesson you've learned from your children so far?
They're always surprising me. To expect the unexpected. That's the only thing, the best way I could describe it. The innocence of my daughter, and as my son's got older, his drive and his determination. That's to be something, because he wants to be something, and those are the two things I would probably say between them. Those are the most two things that stick out.
Wow. Which one is more similar, personality ways, more similar to yours, your son or your daughter?
I've been told they're both very much like me. My son is definitely like me more, to be fair. He's very driven, very stubborn, outspoken. He will stand his ground, and very protective, protective. So everybody does say that my daughter's very much like me as well, but he's from what I see, he's the one that's most like me.
And they're kind of following your path in personal, like in gym as well, training or not?
He does. He plays football. My daughter, she's a dancer. She does dancing, swimming. She's very active and stuff like that. Obviously, my dreams as a kid was to be a professional footballer. I've always said to my son, I don't care what you are, as long as you're happy. So, whether they follow me into the gym industry, whatever they do, as long as they're happy, that's all that matters.
I'm originally from Brazil, and when back in Brazil, when you grow up, I think they say, or you become a football player, or you become a dancer. I didn't follow any of them.
Yeah.
But yes, I think all of us, growing up, there is this fascination about football, about sports, which is a good thing. I think sport is good for our mind and to grow up. I played volleyball professionally when I was 12 years old. I started playing, and I was playing until I was 18 years old. Like, I was traveling from school, from the city where I was living, so I represent the city as well. And I'm so grateful for that period of my life, because nowadays I'm so now I connect with people. I know how to to be more interact with people. I think it comes from there, because the sport brings you that.
It brings people together. I
Yes,
do believe that sports brings people together, even in
it
tragedy.
does. Absolutely.
Massive believer of that.
I love watching, those events like World Cup or, Olympics or Euro Cup. I think those events where it gets the world together, for me, is amazing to see. Just if I could watch it through the day, like every day, I would just watch it, because it's amazing. Yeah.
No, I understand.
Okay, next question for you is, do you have a unique ability that you think no one has or you never met before?
No, I don't think I'm that. I don't think I've got a unique ability. I think I've got many qualities, same as everybody else. But I don't think I've got a unique ability that somebody else hasn't got. I believe that as different as we all are as human beings, I do believe that we all, as a base person, we're all the same. And then it's just obviously your personality takes over, or your idiosyncrasies, and your lifestyle sort of. I think that's where. But I'm no different to anybody else.
Saying that, what's the biggest joy of being Leigh? What do you like the most about being yourself?
My kids. That's it. Without them, I wouldn't say I'm nothing, but they bring me the most joy. And that might sound like a weird statement to make.
No,
but to me, it's that they do bring me the biggest joy. And without them, I won't be. In particular, my son, my daughter, she's obviously still growing. He's 17, so the joys that I've seen him go through already, it's had a massive impact. He doesn't, as much as I had an impact on his life, he's had a massive impact on mine as well. And my daughter's getting to that stage now where she's coming into her own.
Wow. Amazing. Very good. Good dad. You are a proud dad, I can see.
I'm a proud daddy, yeah.
Right, I have 3 questions left, okay?
Yeah, fire away.
All right, next question is, tell us about your earliest memory in life.
Earliest memory in life? It would be with all my family. My nan and granddad's used to have a huge back garden. Barbecue in the summer, all the family there, playing cricket or rounders, just everybody there having fun. Those are probably the earliest memories I have.
Wow.
I don't have any memories of Australia because I was too young, but yeah, those are my earliest memories.
So when the fact that you were born in Australia, because your parents, they were living there at the time?
Yes.
I see. And they decided to go back after, that's why.
Yeah. So we moved back to the UK, and I've grown up. I mean, I class myself as British. I spent 36 years of my life here, so yeah, I don't class myself as British.
And growing up, which person in your family or nowadays you are more close to, besides your kids, of course?
My father. Yeah, he's my hero. He'll always be my hero, no matter what. My dad, he couldn't do no matter what. He will always be my.
What's the biggest difference between you, both of you, and the biggest similarity?
Biggest difference? I think it's the way that we grow. I was brought up, and where my father was brought up, he was brought up with nothing. I was fortunate that I was lucky that we was looked at. I'm not saying we weren't spoiled, but we were made to work for it sometimes, washing cars and stuff like that. But that's the biggest difference is that it was a lot easier for me being brought up by my father than it was for him growing up as a child. A massive difference. And the biggest similarity, we're both stubborn. We both always believe that we're right. Even when we're wrong, we won't admit that we're right.
What's your star sign or astrology?
My star sign is Aquarius.
Aquarius. Interesting.
I've been told that is an Aquarius trait.
Amazing. 2 questions left. Let's do it. Before the next question, it's a new year now. It starts a new year, 2024. Yeah, 2023 just finished now. So tell me, if you could do like a balance of 2023 for you, when you look back, in the whole year, tell me like the highlights for you, something that you go like, you know what, something that you've learned or something that 2023 brought to you. Like, okay, 2023 always going to be in my mind because of any situation or something.
Yeah. I lost I split with my partner back in June. That probably the thing that sticks out the most in my mind. But from the 1st of September, it was a case of I changed as a person. So as the year went on, I think I've grown. I've developed, because I don't believe anybody's, no matter how old you are, you can always learn, you can always develop more. And I believe that I've become a better person for the setbacks that I've had. And for me, my 2024 started back in September 2023. That was my moment where I was like, enough's enough, pull yourself together, and make a change in your life. And that won't stop in 2024 either. This year will be the year that I would like to think that I'm going to put my mark on something. Wow.
Thanks for sharing this event, Leigh. I think, I think not, we talk about, death, about the things, but in the end of the day, we are not prepared for that. I think it doesn't matter the circumstances. We always, when it hits us, that's when you understand what it's about.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think, a new year starting now, and as I said about, and I think things happen for a reason, and, the best will come, and things are going to get to place in the right time, and we understand the meaning of life.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I'm a massive believer that things will never always be bad, but they'll never always be good. It will always be like in a happy medium. So
Absolutely.
There's a bit of good, bit of bad. It'll never always be great, but it'll never always be bad.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's let's say the meaning or the matters of life is about us, going through those things in life, and sometimes we don't understand, we don't see the understanding straight away, but through the journey we understand. Okay, now I understand more or less why things went that direction, why that happened, and that's how life goes.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Amazing. Okay, next question is, this one going to be quite difficult for you. Okay, if someone come up to you, say, Leigh, you need to delete forever, from your phone, social media, like all of them together in one packet, or YouTube, whatever. You cannot have both, or you can have just YouTube, or you can have all the platforms on social media. Which one would you?
I would give it a YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use my my Facebook, my Instagram, my TikTok. I do use that hourly. More these days, more TikTok. It has taken over because obviously that's where I'm promoting my business. But yeah, I mean, I would like to think at some point I will get onto YouTube. It's just it's not something that I've thought, right, I need to crack that. I need to concentrate. I'm trying to concentrate on one thing at a time. So yes, YouTube would be the one that would go, unfortunately.
How are you gonna watch Willy the Magic Box?
Yeah, there is that. Yeah, through Instagram.
Yeah, good answer. It's interesting you saying that, because when I started doing the show in 2020, when the lockdown started, and I'll tell you something, actually, I had this mindset as well. I focus a lot on social media to get, connect with people. And after that, when I saw some things happening on my social media, I said, okay, let me start the YouTube channel now. Yes. So it's a good way of thinking, because somehow you need to focus on something or something else. And I think nowadays social media, as we were talking before, is such a big thing. So it's better. Yeah. So it's a good point. Okay. Ready for the last one?
I am. Yes.
Last question. Let's do it. But before the last question, people watch this interview right now, yeah? Let's say they would like to, to work with you, to have to have some business with you. Inked Fitness, the name of your company.
Yeah.
So tell me something unique, something different, something that they only can do with you. Like, nowadays there are so many out there, online coaches, fitness trainers. So, tell me something unique about your job.
I don't just focus on the physical side. I'm a massive believer that to be physically fit, you need to be mentally fit. So if you are mentally drained, or if you suffer from any sort of mental illness, I'm a massive believer that to help for somebody to be helped through a mental illness, and there's many forms of it, and I believe that everybody suffers from some sort of mental illness. I don't care who you are. I think you've had to have suffered to be able to help somebody. I don't believe in these textbook people that say, oh yeah, I've read a textbook so I can help you. You can't help me because you've not been through what I've been through. You've not been through what somebody else has been through. I've been through it a lot, and I've got life experience, and I believe that because of that, that helps me connect with people easier, which then helps me build the confidence up, build the self-esteem up, to then obviously in the mindset changes then. So once the mindset changes, it helps the body, because as some people don't understand this, and this is not all my opinion, but the mind has a massive influence over what the body can do. You know, and that's the difference for me, is that I have got the life experience of suffering to be able to go, you know, and to be able to offer the advice and training that I do.
Amazing. Let's connect with Leigh. Let's see what he's all about. Let's get some connection with him and do some training. 2024 starts, you know, new resolutions now. You know, I think it's a good time for us to get involved, you know, in some fitness, which is good for your mind, for your mental health, for your body, for everything. So, yeah. Last question is, what is the best present have you ever received, and why you consider that?
The best present? My kids.
I knew you'd say that.
Yes, that's and you know, it is them. There's nothing. Somebody could turn around to me and offer me all the money in the world, and it won't change the fact that though they are, I am so lucky. Wow. And I know there's many people out there that aren't as lucky as I am. And I feel, in a way, I don't pity them. I feel sorry for them that they're not, that, you know, there's no way to describe it, you know. I thought I knew what love meant until my son was born. And then it completely changed the moment I saw him.
Tell me the day you, like, walk me, oh, I got goosebumps now. It's so now beautiful you saying that. Tell me the day when he was born. Walk me through the day. You know, were you nervous? How everything get together?
I can tell you exactly. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was at work. His mum rang me up. That was going to medically induce her. She was already at the hospital. It was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I remember going home. I got a quick shower and change, straight to the hospital for about 5 o'clock. 5:30ish. I remember they induced her. And then across the course of the night, obviously she was going more into labour, and obviously things were coming along. And I remember, and I'll never forget this. I remember her mum was with us because we were young parents. I mean, I was 20, 21, maybe 22. So her mum was there with us, and she said, you know, get some sleep. You're gonna need it. You know, we're gonna have a long 24 hours up ahead. I was like, right. I remember falling asleep, and then I woke up, and I remember just looking up and just seeing this head. And I'll never, ever forget that. It was literally a case I jumped up and I was at the side then for the rest of it. I remember he was born at like 5:46 in the morning. I remember everything. It's still the moment, like everybody said, oh, I have friends that say to me, oh, when your kid's born, you'll cry. I'm like, no, I'll be fine. And the moment they put him in my arms, I literally just blubbing. There was tears down the stream of my cheeks. I couldn't stop. I'll never, it was the same with my daughter. Was the same with my daughter. It didn't feel any different. But yeah, it was. That's the day I remember. I'll never forget that.
Amazing, very good. Okay, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to say some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Okay.
Okay.
One word for family.
Love.
Money.
Lots of.
Please. Fear.
Yeah. Danger.
Life.
Death.
One word for love.
One word for love.
Yeah.
Lust.
Okay. Religion.
Disbelief.
Sex.
A lot.
Politics.
Without swearing, I can't really say. Nonsense.
Friendship.
Everything.
Desire.
Sin.
Regret.
Many.
Success.
Desirable.
Wish.
Wish. First thing that comes to mind, wish. Star, really.
Okay. Happiness.
Loneliness.
One word for Australia.
Home.
One word for Doncaster.
I'd say home as well.
Okay. England. One word.
Proud.
One word for personal trainer.
Job.
And the last one now, Inked Fitness. One word.
Extraordinary.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, let's pretend now I'm going to meet your son and your daughter, for a coffee, and I'm going to ask them, what is the most beautiful thing about your dad, and what's something that he still needs to work on, to improve on? What they would say?
They would probably say, my son would probably say the fact that I don't quit. My daughter, funny. She'd probably say that I'm funny. That's the one thing they say that I improve. Timing. Timing. That is the one thing that would probably say I could improve on.
Amazing. Okay, let's play now. Leigh and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. Okay, but before you ask me the question, back to the word association game. One word for 2023.
Varied.
Okay. Okay, Leigh, you can ask me a question now.
Yeah, actually, I'll think about this. If there's one bit of advice that you could give to somebody like me that's new to social media in terms of that, what would that be?
Good question. Great question, Leigh. And I'm going to tell you something. When I started doing the show, I was okay on social media. I was checking, not big as I am right now. I post a lot about the show. I like to, it's my workplace, on social media, the show. But my advice for you would be, there are no perfection. For example, when I start doing interviews for the show, I was thinking about, oh my God, I need to have lights, I need to have this, I need to have that. And actually, it doesn't work like that. You just need to start. You just need to do it. You just need to put yourself out there. Don't worry too much about perfectionism, because it doesn't exist, perfectionism, and you learn during the process as well. For example, when I look my first interviews, when I started doing the show 3 years ago, I cannot even watch it, because I was speaking very fast. I was like, I'm still learning anyway, but I was talking over my guests. I was like, 'cause I was very excited. I was very excited about it. But as soon as I started, somebody told me, William, just start it and you're going to learn through the time. And it's so true, Leigh. So my advice for you is be yourself always, don't worry about perfectionism. Try to be your true self. Don't even though, for example, I remember people, they asked me during the show, do you watch podcasts and this and that? And actually I don't, because if I would watch too much, I just want to be myself. I want to express myself. So my advice for you is, first of all, be yourself. Don't worry about perfectionism. Don't worry about if you do something wrong, or if you say something wrong, or if you behave, you know what I mean? It's part of the journey, and people like that. People like to see the real you, the real person. Even though, because if you want to pretend being somebody else, even though the people, they don't know you, they're going to spot it, because it's something about us that they can see when we are, being ourselves. So my advice for you is, as we talked before, focus now on social media for you to get a big audience, you know what I mean? And after that, see what you can do next. If you think about a YouTube channel, why not? If you think maybe create something else on your account, come with up ideas. But again, focus on your fitness thing that you want to do. And again, be yourself and don't worry about perfectionism that you're gonna learn through. I'm sure you are learning a lot already through your journey. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think, as you said about sleeping 4 or 5 hours, I'm the same as well. You know, I try to push myself like to get more rest, because if I could be 24 hours just working, doing my thing. I've got my full-time job plus the magic box. So it's a lot, but I don't see it as a job this, because for me it's like a passion. So for me it's like it gives me energy. So yeah, my advice for you, would be just for you to first be yourself, express the way you are, don't worry about perfectionism. And if a new idea come along, just go for it. Just do it. Just go for it, make a plan, and go, because I'm still learning every day, and that will be my advice for you, for sure.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Amazing. Did you enjoy the interview?
Thank you. Really do.
Thanks so much, and Happy New Year for you. You know, I wish all the best for you, your kids, your friends, your family. I hope this new year brings you a lot of more joys, and a lot of more projects on social media. That I think this time of the year, January is a good month for us to. I think all of us, we have this thing. Okay, it's a new year starting. Somehow we have this drive of starting something and carry on with our own life as well. Thanks so much for taking the time. But before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
I have a saying on my side, it's a tattoo, and I believe in it massively. And it says, "Never let your fear decide your fate."
Wow.
I'm a big believer of that.
Absolutely. And the way I see fear is, if you're going to do something and you have these butterflies in your stomach, like this fear, it's a good sign. It's a sign that you should go for it, because if you want to do something and you don't feel anything, what's the point? You need to be scared. You need to feel scared. You need to feel, this fear, because it's a good sign. It's a positive sign for sure.
It's excitement, adrenaline. If you don't feel those things, then you don't feel passionate about it.
That's true, and you should maybe grow some other direction that's gonna have this feeling. Merry Christmas, okay? Enjoy your time, and you keep in touch, okay? Thanks for the interview.
Thank you very much. You too.
Take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye-bye. See you next time.